today's video, I've got a Valentine's inspired makeup tutorial for you guys. It's officially the week of Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is one of my absolute favorite holidays with the exception of Christmas to film makeup tutorials for because it incorporates a lot of my favorite colors. So I was super excited to get started on filming this makeup tutorial for you guys and just Valentine's makeup tutorials in general. This particular one was inspired by a makeup look that Jaclyn did in 2013, and if you are involved at all in the makeup world or watch makeup tutorials at all on YouTube, I'm positive you've heard of Jaclyn Hill or you have watched her channel or you are subscribed to her channel. So this was a makeup look that I saw that she did, and I think I saw it was a while ago when I saw it, but I loved it when I saw it and wanted to recreate it, and I thought that Valentine's Day would be the perfect time to do so. So that is the video that I'm going to be showing you guys today. And to recreate this look, I used my Lorac Pro palette. This is the original Lorac Pro palette. And then, of course, I also had to incorporate my Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette from Morphe brushes. I thought that since I was recreating one of her makeup looks, it was very appropriate to incorporate the palette that she created. So that is the look that I'm going to be showing you guys today. I hope that you enjoy it. I will leave all the products that I use throughout the video listed in the description bar below. And if you would like to see how I recreated this makeup look inspired by Valentine's Day, then please keep watching. So I have already primed my eyelids, and the very first thing that I'm going to do is take my Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Pomegranate Punk and this Kabuki brush by BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to place that all over my lid as a base and then go in and blend that out with my finger. Once I've blended that out, I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette by Morphe brushes, and I'm taking this warm brown. I'm placing this in the crease as a transition shade. I'm not going to be too worried about applying this perfectly. I'm just really trying to get it in there so that it'll make it a little bit easier to blend the darker colors later. So I'm just placing that in the crease back and forth. And the brush that I'm using is by Sigma. It's the E35 blending brush, but any big fluffy brush that you have will do just fine for blending this color in the crease. Next, I'm going in with another warm brown shade. This one is a little bit darker than the first, and I'm picking this up on a more dense blending brush. This one is the E25 by Sigma, and I'm placing this right on top of the shade that we just applied. This is also going to act as a transition shade, and the layering of these two shades together is going to give our crease a little bit more depth, but again, make it easy to blend everything out. Next, I'm going into my Lorac Pro palette. I'm picking up the shade Garnet on a flat shader brush. This is going to go all over the lid on top of that Maybelline Color Tattoo base that we applied. And what you're going to see me doing is really packing that on. And you can really do as little or as much as you want to do with this look depending on how dramatic you want it to be, but I'm really packing it on very generously. And then what you see me doing here is turning my brush to the side to blend that shade into the crease. So basically this shade is going to go all over the lid and then packed really tightly into that crease. I'm not taking it above the crease though, but making sure to really blend it through there. And then I'm going back in with that darker warm brown shade and my same blending brush and just blending out any harsh lines along the edges. Next, going back into my Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, I'm picking up this gorgeous shimmery burgundy reddish shade. This is going to go right on the center of my lid. This step really is optional, but I noticed in the tutorial that Jaclyn Hill did, she added a nice little pop of shimmer on the center of her lid, and it just brings a little bit of extra attention to the eye and just gives it a little something extra. So I'm doing the same thing and focusing that color right on the center of the lid. Once you've got that applied, it's time to work on our smoked out eyeliner. So for this step, I'm taking a black eyeliner pencil. This one is by Maybelline, and I'm just placing a line across my upper lash line. This line is not going to be precise at all because again, we are going to be blending it and smoking it out. So once you apply that onto your eye, I'm using a short shader brush by Sigma and picking up that black shade from the Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to begin smoking that liner out. Now, one thing that I did personally is I applied the liner on both of my eyes and then went in to smoke them out after I had already applied the liner. What I would suggest to make it a little bit easier is to do one eye at a time so that you don't give the liner a chance to actually set on your eyes, unless you have one that's just super blendable. But with this one, I really had to just work with it and blend it out and take my time with it. So if you find that it's giving you a hard time blending it out, don't get frustrated, don't give up, just take your time with it and eventually it will blend out for you. But what you see me doing here is, of course, blending that out and smoking it out. And then when I get to the outer edge of that liner, what you're gonna see me doing is flicking that upward, almost kind of like a cat eye effect. And what that's going to do is just continue to smoke out that liner on the upper lash line and just give it a really sultry look. So once I've got that liner smoked out to my liking, I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara and false lashes, as well as prime and prep my face for foundation. And today I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Once I've got that applied to my skin, I'm going in with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC42, and I'm applying this in a triangle shape underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. I did recently upload a how to apply false lashes for beginners tutorial, as well as my flawless foundation routine, so that is why I skipped over those. And I do also have a review on the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation, so I will be sure to link those videos for you guys down in the description bar below if you're interested in checking them out. But what you see me doing here is going in with my Holy Grail Ben Nye Banana Powder and setting my under eye, and then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Pro Matte Powder and set the rest of my foundation so that everything stays in place and stays nice and matte all day. So once I've set my foundation, the next thing I'm going to do is fill in my brows. And then once I've filled them in, I'm going back into my Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, and I'm going to highlight under my brow bone with this gorgeous shimmery highlight shade in the palette. I have been thinking about filming an updated brow tutorial, so definitely give this video a thumbs up or leave a comment down below if that's something that you would like to see. And then of course I'm going to go back in and blend everything out. Following that, I'm taking this gorgeous matte dark brown, almost kind of brick shade, and I'm going to place this tightly up against my lashes, and then I'm going to blend it out with that same darker brown shade that we used in the crease. And I'm just using a pencil brush to really smoke out that lower lash line and connect it to the shadows on our lid. And once you've got that smoked out, of course you're going to lose a little bit of the pigmentation, so I did go back in and add a little bit more of that shadow right up against my lashes just to intensify that color a little bit more. Next, I'm going back in with my Maybelline eyeliner pencil, and I'm just placing this on my inner waterline. You can also choose to bring this down a little bit into your lashes and smoke it out even more if you want it to be even more dramatic, which I did do a little bit, but I mostly just kept it right in my waterline. And then of course I'm going in with my Miss Manga mascara and applying a coat to my lower lashes. Following that, it's time to contour. I'm using my NYX matte bronzer in the shade Deep Tan and my NARS Ita brush, and I'm just going to start placing this powder in all of the areas that I want to contour my face. So I'm placing it in the hollows of my cheeks, along the temples of my forehead. I'm also going to bring it down the sides of my nose to contour there as well, and right underneath my bottom lip. For blush, I'm using one of my absolute favorites lately. It's the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Terra Sol. This is a discontinued blush that you cannot get in stores, but I was able to find it online, so I will leave that link for you guys down below. And then to highlight, I'm using the Milani Tantastic Face and Body Bronzer in the shade Fantastic in Gold. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. It is absolutely stunning. And I'm placing that on my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, and also on my cupid's bow. So following that, I'm going to start lining my lips. I'm using a Milani lip liner in the shade Spice. And then right on top of that, I'm using the new Milani Moisture Matte Lipstick in the shade Matte Blissful. And of course, you can definitely leave it like this if you prefer or if you like this look. For me, it was a little bit too pink for my liking, so I went in with a NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Cupcake just to add a little bit more pink into the lip color. And the three of these shades together ended up being a perfect combination. So after I'm done, I'm just going to set my entire face with a makeup setting spray, and then this look is complete. I hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I know it's been a little bit since I uploaded a makeup tutorial on my channel, so I wanted to make sure that I got one up for you guys for Valentine's Day. I will have another one coming for you guys, but definitely let me know if you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check the description box for a list of all the products that I used in this tutorial, as well as a link to the Sigma site if you'd like to purchase any of the brushes that you saw in this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.